The purpose of this study is to examine the relationship between the use of communication technology and an individual's grade point average, the dependent variable, through the use of a survey. The three independent variables are internet usage, phone usage, which entails texting and calling, and lastly, time spent watching television. Additionally, I will be observing if there are any differences between participants of varying ethnicities' use of communication technology, and if they can be explained through the cultural identity theory, which helps us identify any contrasting behaviors between cultures. Studying this relationship is important because technology is used all over the world for entertainment, work, leisure, and education. Thus, a vast amount of the population is affected. It is also beneficial that we discover which technologies are most effective for garnering a higher GPA, which, in return, will hopefully result in a higher future salary. I hypothesize that watching television will negatively affect grade point average, while internet usage will positively affect grade point average. Also, I do not predict for there to be any significant differences between students with varying cultural backgrounds. With the internet and cell phones being pretty recent technologies, some of the results from similar studies vary, yet many studies have yielded with my hypotheses. In 2011, Jackson, Fitzgerald, Witt, and Zhao examined how a child's academic performance, among several other traits, is related to the amount of time that they spend on video games, the internet, and the phone. They found that video games negatively correlated to grade point average. Several studies, like my own, rely on questionnaires to find their results. For example, a 2008 study by Barr Anderson, Berg, Newmark Steiner, and Story used a questionnaire to study how having a television in their bedroom affects older adolescents. In this study, they concluded that an adolescent with a television in their room is commonly associated with worse academic performance. Also, in a 2005 study conducted by Hunley, Evans, Delgado, Hachi, Price, Tammy, and Connie, they used a questionnaire and the daily log to observe the relationship between adolescent computer use and academic performance. This source found that the relationship between internet usage and grades was not as significant as predicted. For my study, participants will be chosen through convenient sampling. This non-probability form of sampling will quickly provide me with data and will also be inexpensive. The sample will only consist of undergraduate college students at the University of Oklahoma who have completed at least one semester of courses. There is no restriction for the geographic region of any of the students. The sample size will be 100 people, including 50 males and 50 females. Once the desired number is reached, no more participants will be chosen. Although there will be no restrictions on geographic location, origin, age, and race, ethnicity, all these demographics will still be required to be provided by each participant. First, the participant will be asked demographic questions including age, sex, race, ethnicity, and major. Second, they will be asked to select which of these 6 categories their grade point average from their previous semester falls under. Using an interval scale, the categories are less than 1.0, 1.1 to 1.5, 1.6 to 2.0, 2.1 to 2.5, 2.6 to 3.0, 3.1 to 3.5, and lastly 3.6 to 4.0. Next, they will answer a series of questions asking them to select how much time they spend on average per week using communication technology. The communication technology will be divided into 3 different variables: internet, phone, and television. The amount of time will be measured on a per hour basis. Using an interval scale, the categories will be less than 1 hour, 1 to 3 hours, 4 to 6 hours, 7 to 9 hours, 10 to 12 hours, and more than 12 hours. Lastly, the participants will be asked 2 more questions for each of the 3 previous variables. How familiar are you with this technology? The categories, using a Likert response scale, will be not familiar, somewhat familiar, and very familiar. The second question the participants will be asked is, for which reasons do you use this technology? Using a closed/open question, They will be able to check whichever of these categories may apply to them: education, work, and leisure. For each of these responses, the mean, median, and mode will be calculated. With these calculations, the correlations between variables will be tested. There are a few limitations to this study. First, the internet, especially social media, is ever evolving, and because so, the study's results may not be a good predictor for future relationships between internet usage and grade point average. Also, the participants for this study will only be from the University of Oklahoma, which is a school with high-speed internet available throughout the whole campus. Although most American campuses now provide this, other countries may not have this available internet, possibly making this study an inaccurate predictor for their relationship between grades and communication technology usage. In conclusion, this study will help to prove that there is a positive and negative relationship between communication technology and grade point average. Also, we will be able to identify cultural differences in study habits and their effects on academic performance